Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Manisha. Today we are going to see history of large language models. So let's get into it. So in this video we are going to see the historical overview of the development of language model from 1940 to 2023. The figure highlights the evolution from rule-based model to statistical model, and then with some advancement of word embeddings in NLP. So the key advancement that we see from 2010 onwards includes recurrent neural network, then Google's neural machine translation, and also we see some models based on transformer architecture like a BERT, GPT, and many more. So this progression show the rapid advancement in language model. I have taken this figure from the paper. Now let's explore these developments step by step. Let's recall to 1940s. In 1993, American neuropsychologist Warren McCulloch and cognitive psychologist Walter Pitts, you can see them in the image, published a research study. In this study, the first mathematical model of artificial neural network was introduced, and the paper provided a way to describe a brain function in abstract terms, and it showed that simple elements connected in a network can have an immense computational power. And I would say that this is a really visionary work we see in the field of artificial intelligence. You can also have the reference study link here. You can check it out later. Progressing to the 1950s and 60s, we also saw the development of the first language model. These were rule-based system or models that operated on fixed algorithms. So in this era, researchers began to develop rule-based approaches to natural language processing. And these models rely on rules that were designed to analyze and understand the structure of language. So one of the earliest example that we see on a rule-based system was the Georgetown IBM experiment, which was conducted in 1954, and this experiment involved a machine that was programmed to translate sentences from Russian to English. And there was another significant advancement we see in 1960 by Joseph Wozzebung, that is the ELIZA. It is a computer program which makes a natural language conversation with a machine. ELIZA was a rule-based chatbot that was designed to simulate a conversation with a therapist, and it is also considered to be one of the earliest example of a natural language model. Here I left the reference study of the ELIZA. You can check it out later. Moving on 1980s and 1990s development. In this decade, the researcher continued to develop new approaches to natural language processing, such as a statistical based model. The NLP used probabilistic model to analyze language. One of the pioneer study or approach was by Karen Spark Jones, who introduced the concept of inverse document frequency, which is now a key component of modern search engines. You can also check the paper on the inverse document frequency written by Karen. So in the 1990s, the field saw a machine learning approaches for natural language processing, meaning that machine learning algorithms were used to learn from large amount of language data. One of the earliest examples of this approach was hidden Markov model, which was used to recognize speech. You can check one of the interesting paper on this. In the early 2000, the researcher began to use the deep learning techniques, which are now a key component of the modern natural language models. And in mid 2000, natural language processing saw a change with the introduction of word embedding. You can also check the research study, one of the research study on this, on speech and language processing. After 2010, we enter into recurrent neural network models. So these models are capable of remembering previous information, and it is a significant leap towards understanding context. So recurrent neural network language model is a type of neural network language model which contains a recurrent neural network in the network, and we know that the recurrent neural network is suitable for modeling the sequential data in natural language. You can also check the paper on the extension of recurrent neural network model. We can say year 2015 was a remarkable year for Google as they developed Google's neural machine translation model in this year. Google Neural Machine Translation Model is a neural machine translation system introduced in November 2016 that uses artificial neural network to increase accuracy in language translation. So there is also I attached one of the studies on this. Then in 2017 the transformer architecture came into picture, which is based on attention mechanism. In 2018 two models were released: a generative pre-trained transformer, that is GPT-1 by OpenAI, and bidirectional encoder representation from the transformer BERT by Google. Both used a transformer architecture with a different approach: GPT for generative tasks and BERT for understanding context. So BERT is a language model. It is introduced by Google researcher. I have also created one video on transformer architecture. You can watch that later. From 2018 it was really a quick progress that we see in language modeling. GPT-2 was released in 2019, which was a refined version of GPT-1. GPT-2 was pre-trained on a data set of 1 million web pages. We can say NVIDIA wasn't far behind. In 2019 they produced Megatron LM, a transformer based LLM. Then generative pre-trained transformer 3 released by OpenAI in 2020. Like GPT-2, it used decoder transformer model of deep neural network. And then the GPT-4 is a fourth series of GPT, and it is multimodal large language model, and it was launched in 2023. With such a fast progress in generative AI since 2018, we can possibly have one bit based LLM model very soon, and these models could enable development on low power devices such as a smartphone in less expenses. So with that, I would like to thank one of you and thanks for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. I also created two more videos. One is in 1-bit LLM, and there is another one which is on the transformer architecture. If you want to watch them, please click on I button. I will also leave the link of the website in the description box. Please visit the website, and take care, and see you in the next video.